Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, KBW proudly presents its WWE and NXT Champion of the World, White Pepper. Hello everybody, and welcome once again to KBW. I am the man, the myth, the legend, the undisputed, defending and reigning and every other thing predictions champ, White Pepper. Bask in my glory. Just kidding. So welcome to KBW. This is your Smackdown live review. That's right. I know. I'm not in my car. I'm not disrespectful. I'm very respectful. The opposite of. And I will be doing your Smackdown review this week. Again, as I said yesterday on the Monday Night Live review, or Monday Night Raw review, that Mr. Disrespectful is with that guy with the big ears, chilling. So while he enjoys the Floridian weather, I will hold down the fort. Again, with some Wawa coffee. You can get that down in Florida now. Let's go Wawa. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get underway with your Smackdown live review. So we start off with Randy Orton. Randy Orton's in the ring, disrespecting the living shit out of Kofi, saying he's lost his faith in his family and friends, and that he's stupid and doesn't deserve to be champion. New Day's music hits and that's just how I'd do it if I was in the New Day. And then so Randy is eyeballing the entrance, waiting to hit an RKO out of right there instead of nowhere, and out of nowhere comes Kofi from behind, nails him in the face with a Trouble in Paradise. He then gets the Apex Predator. He has the chair and he's about to break. He puts the he puts the ankle of Randy Orton in said chair and is about to stomp it out for revenge on Xavier Woods. Then his boys, the Revival, come flying out. So when the top guys come out, Kofi or Randy retreats. Top guys come in the ring. Kofi beats the living hell out of him with a steel chair, and he lets them know that, guess what? He ain't backing down. So Kofi stands tall here at the end. That's good after last night when he got that Shatter Machine RKO thing to him. So that's good combo. Next up, we had, that was the opening segment, nothing crazy. I like this feud personally. Randy, when he's bad, is he's an awesome dude. So next up, we have the first Smackdown entry in the King of the Ring, Apollo Crews and Andrade. Now, guys, this is a pretty simple one in your bracket. If you did not pick Andrade in your bracket for this one, you, my friend, don't know wrestling. So stop watching it and watch something else. So Andrade defeats Apollo Crews in the first round. Very good match, but as always, the ever so beautiful Selena Vega gets involved by grabbing Andrade's foot to prevent Crews from dropping him, and then Andrade, as Apollo is distracted, Andrade gets him with a mean-ass back elbow, which turns into a hammerlock DDT, and bang, 1, 2, 3, King Andrade may be on the way. And I think Charlotte would use that for many things. That she would put the crown on herself. She would say, "Ooh, may I hold your crown?" You know, she'll do some naughty things with her man. Speaking of, a moment of bliss comes up, and Alexa and Nikki's guest is none other than the Queen, Charlotte Flair. So the Queen could use a king, King Andrade, King and Queen, you know. So Charlotte Flair comes out on a moment of bliss and says how Bayley is literally killing the SmackDown Live title with her crappy run as champion, and that she's making the title look worse by having it. So Bailey comes out. She's not really having it. She just says she's jealous and all that other stuff. Um, she would have been the champion if she spent less time chasing the spotlight. Charlotte responded by challenging Bailey for the Smackdown Women's Championship at Clash of Champions, and Bailey accepted so she can lose that title. And then Charlotte, so they're on those like tall chairs, right? So it's like a bar chair, so it's up a little higher. So like obviously Charlotte's legs are on like the bar stool, like that wood piece across the front. So like if you fall, you fall. Bailey just shoved her ass, dead ass off it. Just no, not today. And she said one more thing, shove, shove, and she went straight down. So this is going to be a good one. It was good. The Moment of Bliss is kind of a solid segment to keep the women involved and like give them a good segment, because you always have Alexa and Nikki to save them if they aren't doing well. So fantastic segment. Next up we had match of the night. The man, the myth, the legend is growing quickly. Buddy Murphy against Daniel Bryan. Yeah, they're giving that match away for free. Good job. I didn't care because I really enjoyed it. Buddy Murphy, another gem after last week's gem of a match against Roman Reigns. And Buddy Murphy gets the victory. A clean victory over Daniel Bryan. That's a very good first win. So the best kept secret drops Daniel Bryan at the end with Murphy's Law for what was undoubtedly the biggest win of Buddy Murphy's career. So in the final moments was a super kick that was missed. Bryan ducked, then strike connected with Rowan's jaw and sent him plummeting from the ring apron. Therefore, because I think right before that there was a 3 count almost, but Daniel Bryan's leg was on the rope. Then that's when Rowan was up there screaming, and then so the super kick misses Bryan, hits Rowan, Rowan goes off, then turns around, here comes the best kept secret with Murphy's Law, takes out Daniel Bryan, 1, 2, 3, the man, the myth, the legend, Buddy Murphy with another victory. I love it. So great win there for Buddy, who's also in the King of the Ring. Think about that. The Revival are in action again for the second straight night. They are in action against Heavy Machinery, and they defeat Heavy Machinery, which, you know, let's keep that going. I love Heavy Machinery, but it was a quick. They got beat up by the Behemoths early in the match, but then Dash caught Otis off guard with a surprise roll-up. They almost got compacted though, but with a quick roll-up for a victory, so the top guys get a win here. Next up, we have a weird friendship on Miz TV. Now, Miz had Sami Zayn on, I believe. Yeah, Sami Zayn was the guest on Miz TV, and then he said he would like to bring out a guest of his own, and his guest is Shinsuke Nakamura, the Intercontinental Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. So they're talking about the losing streak, and the critic of the critics said he decided to become a spokesperson to help other people. So here comes Shinsuke. They're confused why Shinsuke would choose it. So the A-lister is asking Shinsuke, what the hell are you doing? The King of Strong Style then pointed to Sami Zayn, basically saying all questions can go through Sami. This routine wouldn't last for long, as Nakamura suddenly blindsided The Miz with a kick to the back of the head before beating the living daylights out of Miz, finishing off with a Kin Sasha, and he and Zayn took their leave. Now this goes all the way back. They say they have like a bond. The bond my assumption comes to is like, because obviously they don't like speak as much about what happens before they come in WWE, but NXT, Shinsuke's first match was it the last match for Sami Zayn? Whatever it was his first match was against Sami. They put on a hell of a classic. It was a way to put Shinsuke directly on the WWE map, and they didn't disappoint. It was a hell of a match down NXT, and I'm guessing that's what they meant by it. So that is a new little partnership there, Shinsuke and Sami Zayn. Next up, we have another first round matchup for the King of the Ring tournament. We have Elias, who, like I said, I think said last night was New Music against Kevin Owens. Guys, I'm going to let you know now. If this one was confusing, I don't get it. I get that there's a feud going on, but I don't get it. Kevin Owens loses this match in the first round of the King of the Ring to Elias. Because Shane McMahon, earlier in the show, there was a segment where he said that he would think about pulling the $100,000 fine because Kevin kind of came in humble, letting him know that, like, look, man, I can't do this. I can't afford my family without that. Like, I need that money, kind of thing. And he was very humble about it. And for a minute, Shane looked like okay, but he said, the next time you even put your hands on an official, I will fire you on the spot. So halfway through the match, Shane's music hits. He comes out to hang ringside, and he's walking around. So Owen's kind of like confused. Okay, like he doesn't understand what's exactly going on, but he was beating up on Elias pretty good. So all of a sudden, in the critical moments, he attempted to stop KO from continuing. All of a sudden, my man pulls out a referee jersey. Okay, so he has a jersey with the referee shirt on. Now, obviously, he cannot hit a referee, including Shane McMahon. So Shane knows he has the upper hand now. Shane O'Mac took over for the original official, and Owens was not happy about it, and obviously he can't strike an official, which led to Elias catching Owens with a roll-up and Shane counting an absurdly fast 3 count. For a great outcome there where, guys, if you had Kevin Owens and you had Kevin Owens going deep into your bracket for King of the Ring, you, my friends, are in the pooper. I know I had him winning at least 2. So that was crap. So Elias advances in the King of the Ring tournament, which is stupid. Daniel Bryan and Roman revealed the attacker for Roman Reigns, guys. So after all this stupid mess here, which by the way was just the silliest shit on earth. That was the only one. So 2 matches. I don't know if on the brackets if it's going to be Andrade against Elias next. And we're back. All right, guys. So let's finish this thing up. We are back. I am back. He's not. He's still in Florida. Sorry, I had an alarm. There was a super kick party, and I need to be alerted about it. So the end here. Our last segment of the night. We have Daniel Bryan promising that he and Rowan will reveal who attacked Roman Reigns. So guys, all night they've been panning back and forth to this dude who was in a cloth, you know, so you could tell it was a bigger dude. He was in a cloth, so you thought, cool guys, we're gonna get like they're gonna like reveal somebody, and we're gonna be like, oh shoot, maybe to join like the planet's champions kind of thing. Like maybe they'll join them in like the faction will get bigger, or be somebody you didn't expect, something cool like that. So Roman comes back. They're in the back locker room with this attacker. They pull the hood off, and it's a Rowan doppelganger. It's a man who looks strikingly similar to Eric Rowan. He does nothing. Big Dog looks perplexed. He is confusing, and we still haven't figured out who did it. And I'd like to punch both Daniel Bryan in the face and Rowan in his knees, because I definitely can't reach him for that stupid ass ending. And come on, man, like seriously, that like they're killing us with this whodunit. There has to be somebody for real, and I'm hoping that they have a really good payoff on this. Either a returning superstar, an NXT call up, something. There has to be a better I hope whoever winds up being this attacker after being so long and drawn out counts, and it better not be Rikishi. I know he did it for The Rock. Don't. So anyway, that's SmackDown Live for August 20th, my friends. I hope you enjoyed the thing. I hope you enjoyed me filling in for Mr. Disrespectful this week. Next week, everything will go back to normal. I'll be doing Raw, he will be doing Smackdown, and we will be back at it with some news segment, and we will have, we'll do some fun things. So never fear, we are not out the game yet, you know what I'm saying? I think we can do news though. I'm going to try to do some news, if you give me a minute here, but so right now, I know they were saying on there's some kind of fun and antidotes going on about the Fiend's mask looking a little bit different. So apparently that's a thing now. The Fiend mask, they said, looks a little different than it did. There was an interview that actually went on with the makers of the mask and were pretty key in the creation of the Fiend character. And he said, guys, you haven't seen anything yet. So I'm hoping this thing is even bigger than you can imagine. But they said, you haven't seen anything yet with the Bray Wyatt character. This is the tip of the iceberg. So I think, honest to God, guys, I think for once in our lives, I think that WWE has really put like a full effort behind a concept. And we're going to see that. So I'm going to hit you with some news. Some will be AEW, some will be WWE, kind of like what we usually do at the table with our pops and stuff like that. But I'm just going to hit you with them quick here since Smackdown is officially over. That will be in the next review. So ladies and gentlemen, remember to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications because we're always putting up videos. As we'll put up this one, and Raw went up, and then I'll have news go up. All kinds of stuff. So news will go up next, and then I shall see you soon.